And welcome back from the break because we're ready to continue the heartbreak here. Caleb, sorry you weren't planning on being in this position at the beginning of the season, but here you are now, and I acquiesce. I give you the floor.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the year from hell, like I mentioned, from the Barstool Sports rankings for the Ravens at this point. I mean, the Texans versus the JV Ravens, as I called them last week. They had so many people injured. Lost 44-10, looked absolutely lifeless on both ends of the ball.
You made CJ Stroud look good again.
I know. I mean, and he's been fairly horrible. He's had like one good quarter. Granted, that was the last fourth quarter right before this game, but this is a game the Ravens should have won. And I mean, they look so defeated. You got a Texans player doing the fucking the Ray Lewis dance after a touchdown. Why nobody went over there and hit his ass? I don't know. That worries me a little more than most things. The fact that there's absolutely no leadership and no one willing to just stand up and just knock the shit out of someone when they do stupid shit. But is what it is. I mean, you can go down the list of in and out in this game, like Roquan Smith, Patrick Ricard, all these guys just missing time again. But that being said, you can look at the same thing at the 49ers, at their injury lists that are gone. Almost half of their offensive starters and maybe the best defensive player in the league, or one of the top 10 at least, being out for San Francisco 49ers. What did they do? Oh, they just beat the Rams on Thursday Night Football. And one heck of a game, and actually showed up and did the damn job. So yeah, it's hard when you can't even hang your hat on anything. Like Jeff at least has a fourth quarter comeback, even if it's in garbage time. Ravens don't even get that accomplished. I mean, Cooper Rush.
No Lamar though.
No Lamar. Like I said, it's the JV Ravens. I mean, it's hard to just poo-poo on them that hard, but at the same time, when you see what other teams are doing,
right,
it's disappointing. Cooper Rush with 3 interceptions as well in this game. Granted, the offensive line again was absolutely atrocious. I mean, the Ravens have got to have some of the worst guard play. It was, oh my gosh, it was just atrocious. I mean, Falele should not be an NFL guard in this league. He's got to be pulled. So I'm hoping Emory Jones can come in and at least do something. Voorhees did look better. I think that's part of the reason Linderbaum is having such a bad year, is because he's got to watch out for these 2 horrible guards and help on one or the other, which eventually gets him out of blocking place. Rosengartner has been terrible as well. Stanley's been average. So, I mean, it's just a complete and utter mess. Part of that you got to lay at the feet of Eric DaCosta, just building this line, trying to go younger, trying to go cheaper, spend the money elsewhere. And Notre Dame was looking like an absolute bust as far as a signing too, speaking of offensive line. And even our backup fullback, Peyton, he's been okay. He had a horrible day. I mean, there was many plays where you just look and there's an offensive lineman laying on the ground or just looking back at the pack because the guy that he's supposed to block is now over there.
Right.
So, I mean, it's atrocious. I mean, Derrick Henry, yards after contact, there are none. He's getting touched at -5 or -0.5 yards. So basically he's being touched in the backfield. Yeah. Getting touched in the backfield on every play. So, I mean, we just can't do anything there. And I mean, again, I switch over to the defensive side too. I mean, it's absolutely bad over there too. Zach Orr is going to have to be fired at the end of this year. There's no way around that.
Until Monday.
I know. We'll get into that in just a second with some other news for them. But I mean, Brent Urban's your best pressure guy right now for the offensive line. Journeyman Brett Urban, who has been a great Raven, but at the same time, that's not who you're counting on to be the future of your franchise on that side of the ball. Not to mention 34-year-old Kyle Van Noy on the other side of that ball, being the only guy who can pass rush. So, I mean, like I said, there's nothing you can hang your hat on. I mean, Cooper Rush is missing reads, throwing bad picks. I thought he would be better than what he is, but granted, nothing can be done behind this offensive line. Warhop definitely should have been fired, the offensive line coach.
But also, he looked better in the Dallas system because he had been in that system for many, many years before he.
I know, and I'm like I say, I'm willing to give Cooper Rush a little bit of a pass for this week, just because it's his first actual game. But I mean, he's got to be better. This game was bad.
He's learning the whole new system. I mean, it's a new system, and then you're thrown in immediately into it. I mean, it's hard to do. Not everybody's meant to be an NFL quarterback. So, I mean, when you're back,
like I said, I think Cooper Rush could be better. Like I said, we've seen better with the Dallas Cowboys, so I think Cooper Rush can improve. He's like I say, when this offensive line is this bad, you've got to pick up your timing a little bit. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be there. Or
Lamar come back. That could come back.
Lamar is out at least through the bye. They're hoping he may come back against the Bears after the bye, but that's a maybe at this point. I mean, there's so many guys out that are potentially back after the bye. But I mean, it's most likely going to be week 7 or 8 before the Ravens are back to full strength. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, there's got to be some heads rolling somewhere. And I look at John Harbaugh, who looks over and says after the game, like, no, Zach Orr doesn't need to be fired. We need to come together and stick it out. And then today the Ravens come out and they trade Odafe Oweh to the Chargers for safety Aloy Gilman, excuse me, and swapping a 5th and a 7th round pick. Chargers getting the 7th in this case. I mean, Owafe has his playing time decreased ever since but he had a career year last year. He does got 11% pressure rating, which is kind of nice. But
it's change of scenery. Maybe it's all I need.
I mean, he's not going to be the future. Obviously, at least that's what the Ravens feel like, granting his play time going down with a couple of rookies coming in, even though their pressure rate's about half of what OFE's is. So we'll see how that turns out. I know the Ravens want to play a 3 safety so Kyle Hamilton can come to the line because that's where he's best at and kind of be that hybrid safety type attacker. So maybe that'll help getting the other safety in. But it's just kind of weird timing to come right after those comments from Harbaugh, who I'm thinking is going to be fired at the end of this year, especially the way it's going right now.
I was going to say, how are you feeling about Harbaugh? You know, I was about to bring that up. You know,
I think this entire staff might have to be traded out. In all honesty, Harbaugh to me at this point, he's got to go. I mean, when the team shows up completely lifeless and you're supposed to be the game manager, kind of like we talked about last week, and this rah guy and pump everybody up, your message is obviously falling on deaf ears. So it's just time. I mean, he's been there 18 years. Like, it's just time for a new one. It happens. So, I mean, I expect him to be gone, Monken gone, and Orr gone, and definitely the offensive line coach has got to go. But I mean, right now, like I said, there's just not any bright spots you can look at. You can't go, yeah, Derrick Henry could be good. Oh, wait till Lamar Jackson gets back. Oh, that could be week 8. I mean, if the way the Ravens are playing right now against the Texans, you could be 1-6 by that time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not looking good. I mean, the Rams, I think, are going to come in and just absolutely demolish the Ravens this upcoming week. Coming off that loss to the 49ers, I think they're pissed. Our defense can't stop anything. Our offensive can't get anything going. So, I mean, basically we're becoming Vanderbilt. Everybody's get right game. Or I should say Vanderbilt of old, because Vandy's looking
Vanderbilt of old.
Yeah, Vandy of old. We're the get right game at this point.
You're the slump buster now. That's what you are.
It's a year from hell. It is horrible. But yes, that is who we are. Unfortunately,
yeah. The Rams,
although I mean, the Owafe trade does free up $8 million, so maybe that could be used to go out and buy a guard somewhere on the free agent market. Put some money in there, or maybe there's some more trades coming. Because I mean, Eric DeCosta right now is not looking good either with the team that he's currently built, because it's not getting the job done by any stretch of the imaginations. And I think it's more coaches at this point right now, because we know Zach Orr wasn't any good until Dean Pease got there. I mean, Pease is still there, but it's just not good.
It seems like that would make an easy transition to just gone ahead and done that.
I honestly was thinking that. I was like, I don't understand. Like, why don't we just put Pease in there for now? Hire Zach Orr, or if he wants to go back to linebacker and they want to be like, sorry, guy, or just give him the defensive play calling duties, whatever. I was kind of thinking that myself. Like, that would be kind of, I think, okay. Just to see what kind of talent you actually do have out there. Now, granted, I'm a big believer in you got to win in the trenches. And when you're losing on the defensive line and offensive line, that I'm just going to harp on all this year at this rate, you're not going to win many games.
Right.
You got to have the meat and potatoes. If you don't have the meat and potatoes, nothing else. All the rest is just fluff. You're not going to get anything else out of it.
Yeah.
So now that you're saying Harbaugh should be gone at the end of the year, who is on your short list of potential replacements for this next season?
Honestly, I'm still going through it. I don't even have a formalized list. I couldn't even give you a bunch of like top 3 names at this point. So ask me again next week because I don't know at this point.
All right, I'll let you do some homework on that before I bring that in. I thought I could, give you a little surprise and maybe you had somebody you've just been marinating on.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the people you'd like to see are doing okay with their teams. Liam Combs got the Jaguars playing okay. I was thinking maybe he might want to come over, but Mike McDonald. I'd love Mike McDonald to come over, but he ain't going anywhere. I would love that, but he ain't going to leave Seattle. He's got, I think, another 2 years on that contract anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe we can trade for him, though. Give up a first-round pick. Maybe we can trade for him like the Raiders did. But I doubt the Ravens would use the draft capital in that way.
Aaron Glenn may have a job at the end of the year.
But do we want him?
No,
as we mentioned.
You don't want, and you don't want to
curse on me, Ricky Bobby.
You need those first-round picks to build up those line.
Yes.
Build up the defensive line. That's what you need.
Offensive line at least, but
Big
yeah.
West.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Roman.
Maybe, but I feel he's more of a coordinator than a head coach type of guy.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, we joked a couple of weeks ago, maybe Mike Tomlin gets fired from the Pittsburgh Steelers and Harbaugh gets fired from the Ravens and they just switch places.
Well, true. Because of both of your teams being inept, you're going to let the Steelers come in with Aaron Rodgers and win this division, and Tomlin's going to stay in his job. That's what's going to happen.
I know, right?
Yes.
Like
they're going to fall into the AFC North with Old Man River.
Yeah, Old Man River.
That's exactly what's going
Old
to
Man
happen.
River up there with 3-1. Oh, and Bengals sit in second division at 2-3. That's how bad the AFC North is.
Half of the Yinzer fans are freaking ecstatic about it. The other half are like, "No, we're gonna have another year of Tomlin." We're in purgatory, and these other teams are keeping us. They honestly believe that Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland are losing on purpose to keep them in purgatory. In the Tomlin purgatory.
I can officially burst that for the Yinzer fan base that it is not the Ravens conspiracy losing games.
No, I can confirm that as well.
The crazy thing about the Yinzers is they'll come up with different ways to see about it. But
yeah, like I said, it's going to be one of those years. It's going to be every year. I got the blood pressure medication. I've called the doctor and asked for a raise in the dosage, so should be okay.
I got my refill the other day.
Out of the three of us, the Ravens are the most surprising so far this year because the Cowboys are doing pretty much exactly what I thought they would.
Yeah, like I said, we thought they'd be good on offense and terrible on defense.
The Bengals are doing what we thought they would if Burrow got hurt, which we said at the beginning of the year.
At least you have an injury to explain that.
Mm-hmm.
You do kind of.
We kind of have like 7 injuries, I guess, maybe to explain a little bit. But those guys weren't necessarily playing top caliber football before they were injured either.
Lamar wasn't looking good before he got injured.
Yeah.
So that's the most frustrating. Yeah, you win, Caleb. You have the most frustrating year through week 5.
Yeah, especially with
teams
with Super Bowl aspirations.
Yes. Yeah, I think I haven't seen like a team fall this flat on their face since the Rich Gannon Raiders after their Super Bowl run.
Oh, yeah.
The 3 Raiders.
Dude, the Raiders never recovered after that Super Bowl.
They did. They never got back up off the mat. They just said, we like it here.
No. They just said, we're done.
Yes.
As a franchise.
They moved to Vegas. God, Al Davis is still alive at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, the Crip himself.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know who y'all got to win. I'm guessing it's Rams, but just curious if anyone's going to surprise me.
I'm easily picking the Rams. Rams hardcore. They're coming off that loss there against their divisional rival. Ravens are floundering. They're not. The Rams. Say what you want to say about Sean McVay, but he has his teams ready to beat the teams they need to beat. And unless it's a divisional game, they do beat the teams they have to beat. So
typically, yes.
And right now, this year, the Ravens is a team you should beat.
Yes.
Yeah, even with the game in Baltimore, I think the Rams win that game with no Lamar Jackson, and I think the Rams are playing pretty desperate after blowing that game against the Niners on Thursday night.
Definitely. They got to get back.
I mean, the Rams are a touchdown, 7.5. Excuse me, I guess I should say 7.5 favorite at the Ravens' home.
That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
That should tell you what you need to know.
Right.
I predict them win by 2 scores, at least by 10 points.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, 2 scores. I'm guessing it could be 2 touchdowns, field goal and a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
if we're lucky, maybe just 2 field goals. But
I'll be conservative.
27-17 is my score.
All right. Well, unless you have any other things to rant and rave about.
Fire Nico and fire Harbaugh. That's all I got.
Fire Nico.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Doesn't matter that we're talking NFL. Fire Nico. He sucks.
Fire Nico.
And
this Cooper Flag did look pretty good in his debut.
Over Facebook and social media about with Cooper Flag and Kyrie and AD, this team is unstoppable, and our bench is not. Kyrie's not playing half the year.
Right.
He's got half the year before he comes back. Stop. You're blowing. You're inflating.
Yeah, I had to stop following him on all my social media accounts. I'm like, no.
When Cooper Flag's being inflated so much that when he inevitably fails because he's a rookie and that's what they do. Everyone's going to come down on him because they've blown him up into super mythical proportions. Like, he's not going to be what Luka is now. Yeah, he doesn't have the experience. He's a rookie. You got to let him learn. You got to go into it. They're building him up way too much.
I think he's going to have to put a little muscle on too, but
they all do.
We'll see.
Every rookie that comes in. I mean, Zion took it to the extreme.
Well, I think he ate like 2 people.
Because he got drafted by New Orleans. You've had the food in New Orleans, that Cajun food.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Some crab cakes and jambalaya.
Woo. Good Lord, have mercy. Anyways, that's a conversation for another time. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. Please follow us on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook. Are we on Twitter? We're on Twitter, right? Yes, we're on the Twitter. So talk to us on all of those. Please reach out. Give us your it's X now. That's right.
Close enough. Everybody still calls it Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, whether you like Elon or not, don't care. Reach out to us on those. Give us your opinions. Let us know what you want us to talk about as far as these our NFL teams are concerned. If there's something you want to put in there, or just let us know, and we'll give you a shout out here on the air. Other than that, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us again here this evening. For Caleb Kohler, for Jeff Amos, this is Chris Porter, and we'll see you all on the next round. Cheers.
Cheers.